Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back to episode 23 of Hello Hello the podcast with me, Jenz, and Raammo. How you doing?
Hi.
Hi.
I'm good. I'm a lot better now that
Yeah,
I
you're
can
free.
finally sit down and talk about all these things and finally catch up on all this E3 news.
Oh, have you been
'Cause,
avoiding
I'm
it?
free. It's not that I've been avoiding it. It's just that I haven't had the time to troll through and watch an hour-long presentation or like a 45-minute long presentation about video games because I've sort of had, I've had my finals to do now for the past couple of days.
Yeah.
And they've all been happening at stupid times as well. So
Yes.
it's like, I'm not going to stay up and watch them. I'm not going to, But I can finally say that I have seen some of these things, some of the trailers. I have not seen all of them. Because there's just too many this year. There's so much that came out, I think.
Yeah, that was a lot. I've missed so many.
I feel like that's always the case for me at E3. I see all the biggest ones, and the things I'm most excited about. But then 3 months later, some of my friends are like, hey, did you see this? It was announced like 6 months ago. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's like the indie ones that don't really get a lot of attention that just like slip.
they fly under the radar.
Yeah.
But no, so today's episode, we are going to do our summary of E3, or I guess our E3, mine and Jenz's E3. We have sort of a laundry list of video games here that were announced or that were just showcased at the event. And then the ones that sort of were most excited for, I guess, or that catch our eye. And then we're also going to go into the end for our Loki recap for both episodes 1 and 2. So I hope you guys can stick around to the end and catch up if you have seen Loki. Unlike Jenz a little bit. But
I'm going to be vibing in the background while you're talking about episode 2, because yes, I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, should we get started?
I think so, because I think we're going to have a little bit of time to go through all these. So I don't think we can do the formalities this week and talk about what we've been playing.
Nah.
Let's just jump straight into it, Jenz.
We'll do that next week, all right? Who cares about us?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I don't care about what you did over the week. I want to care about what you're most excited about at E3. What are you going to spend your $100 on? What are you going to spend your $100 on when it comes out?
More than that,
all
right?
Jenz.
Anyways, I didn't actually list this, but I'm going to say it first because this is listed in alphabetical order. 12 minutes.
I like that.
12 minutes.
Okay.
I didn't write it down. It's from...
Oh, I know that.
Annapurna Interactive. It's a loop of 12 minutes and you can do different things within that and you have to like try and prevent something from happening. Anyways, check it out. Very excited. Heard about this a while ago from Matt who tagged me in the trailer.
I was going to say, I feel like this trailer I saw, or a different trailer I saw a little while ago before E3, so they must have just showcased a little bit more of it or something, or given was there a release date for it? Did you say
there is a release date. I think it's this year. It's this year, August.
Okay.
Or September.
Okay, so a couple of months away.
Very soon.
Yeah, so not too long away.
Willem Dafoe's in it. So we didn't know like any of like the voice actors, so that was also put out. Willem Dafoe and two other people. I can't remember.
That's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. I can get behind that. Yeah.
So very excited.
All right.
Following the train. I know you know this. A Plague's Tale. Do you remember?
Yes.
I didn't finish it.
Yeah, the rat game.
The rat game.
It
was actually a really good game.
I never played it. But I did hear a lot of good things about it, and I know a lot of people were playing it.
Yeah, at the time that it was out.
The first one, it sort of came out of nowhere. Like it was just this like random game that came out that was set, in the past a little bit. And it was just people were really into rats back then. I feel,
Was that when Vermintide came out as well? Maybe. Possibly,
or it was right around the corner. Because Vermintide 2 came out,
maybe
another big rat game.
But it's really good. If you guys haven't heard of Plague's Tale, I do recommend checking it out. It's probably on Xbox Game Pass or something.
I was gonna say I feel like it would be on Game Pass.
Yeah, I feel like it's on Game Pass. So have a crack. It's pretty good.
Yeah. No, I'd be interested in playing it at some point because I did hear good things about it, but. We'll have to wait and see. Plague's Tale comes out, the Requiem, the second one comes out next year, 2022. So we still have a little while to wait. But, there's tons of other games that are coming out this year that can keep us,
occupied.
Keep us a bit busy.
Yeah.
One of such being Battlefield 6, Battlefield 2042. I can't wait for this. This is
Are
very
you a
high on my
big Battlefield
list.
person? I just...
I'm not a huge Battlefield person, but I have played the shit out of Battlefield 4.
Okay, yeah.
Back in the days when I was playing on, the Xbox One and things like that. That was, I think, the first game that I got was Battlefield 4 for my Xbox One when I got it. I remember getting it right after Christmas in the Boxing Day sales, like the year it came out or something. So I was quite excited about that. And then I ran home and was hit by the very stark reality of day one updates. Because that wasn't a thing before the Xbox One and the PS4 came out, really. Day one updates weren't like that big of a deal for the Xbox 360. They were like maybe a couple of megabytes, if that. But no, like I got hit with like a 30 gig day one update, and I had to wait till the afternoon of Christmas morning, like, or the day after Christmas morning. So I had to wait till because like our internet wasn't that good back then either. So we had to like wait hours for this goddamn update to do. But anyway, I'm getting off track. I'm really excited for Battlefield 2042. Really excited. It looks like it's going back to the sort of vibe that I want to see in a Battlefield game. I wasn't the biggest fan of Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5, where they did like the World War 1, World War 2 type things.
Not a lot of people
Not that big of a fan of it.
Which I'm quite surprised about, but I guess coming from 4.
Yeah. Exactly. 4 was just so good in how they did it. Like all the Levolution events, like just the maps, the weapons, the sort of gameplay. It was just... It all hit the nail on the head. It was super fun. And Battlefield 2042 looks like it's just kicking off right from that and going, next level again. There's like wingsuits. There's like tornadoes. It looks epic. I can't wait for that. I'm getting that day one for sure. For sure.
Yes. And
it's got like 100 and something players on a map.
It's double the player
or something
base.
like that. It's insane.
And it's going to be bigger
huge.
maps than previous Battlefields, which I'm a bit worried about. Yes. But you know what? I'll try it. I'm going to shut my blinds while we do this.
You got to give it a go. Yeah, no, that's fine. You got to give it a go. It's going to be a big one, I feel. And I feel like it's going to be one of the games that everyone is playing at the time.
Oh, 100%.
Like
I hope the player base doesn't drop. Because that used to be a thing with Battlefield 5 and 1.
That's the thing, because no one really, they didn't get into it all that much compared to the other ones. Because they just, I don't know, it didn't have the same vibe as, and I know that's the shitty way to describe it, but they didn't have the same vibe as Battlefield 4, I think, or Battlefield 3 even. Like, those were the pinnacle of the series, I think, for me. So, cannot wait for this one. Cannot wait.
And that's October 22.
The next one. That's October 22nd this year. Yeah. So, again, not too long away, towards the end of the year, ready for the Christmas period. And probably beating out COD, because COD will probably come out November or something, I feel. They typically come out November, right? Battlefield's usually a couple of weeks before Call of Duty. The new Call of Duty comes out.
They're very close to each other, but yeah, usually late October or early November.
Surprisingly enough, though, we didn't get any Call of Duty news this E3. That's very weird, but yeah. What can you do? Next one that I am super anticipated for. This looks absolutely gorgeous. I watched this last night. I was up till 3 a.m. with Emma watching Loki and the Nintendo Direct, because the Nintendo Direct, like I said last week, was the only one that I really cared about. The other ones I wasn't going to watch in full. I was just going to catch like trailers or like updates of them from different social media sources. But yeah, the Nintendo one I was the most excited for. And they showcased some more Breath of the Wild 2 content right at the end. They kept us waiting. It looks incredible.
Yeah, I haven't actually seen the trailer of it. I've heard that it's happening.
It's so we don't know exactly when, but sometime next year, 2022, it's coming out, or they've at least pegged it for that date. They said they're aiming for a 2022 release, so they could still take a little bit longer. We don't know, but I feel like they're gonna get it out within next year. It looks great. I don't know how to describe it. They've like expanded the map vertically by the looks of it. I don't know if it's going to be the same sort of map of Hyrule that they had in Breath of the Wild 1, or if it's going to be a new area or something, but it looks like there's like all these like floating islands up in the sky. So there's going to be some new like I don't know, like traversal of terrain and things like that. So it just the world looks great. I can't wait. And I don't know if it's just like a CGI trailer or if it was captured, like, you know how they do that thing where it's like captured in engine or something. But it looked incredible. And I feel like they made it look that way
For the Pro?
because that's how it's going to look on the Switch Pro. Yeah. I feel like they've done that because I'm still adamant that they're releasing a Switch Pro. They didn't announce anything. This Direct was just for software, as we stated last week, but I'm still adamant that the Switch Pro will come out in line or before Breath of the Wild 2 as a way to sell it.
I reckon they will.
So if we don't get a Switch Pro, this year, it's 100% coming out next year, or it's announced this year for release next year or something like that.
Yeah.
But it would have to be, I feel like, because what they showcased in that like little trailer does not look like it would run well on a regular Switch to me.
Right. Okay. Interesting.
It looks like it would chug, or it would, you know, something like that, unless they figured out some amazing technological workaround. It looks like looks like it wouldn't.
I have to upgrade.
Go as hard, but you have to, right? You have to. You have to. But yeah, super excited. Breath of the Wild 2. Cannot wait. We'll be in line day one for it as soon as it comes out. Me and Emma, we're both going to be sitting on the couch, like I think that whole weekend that it comes out, and not speaking to each other. We're just going to be playing like heads down in our Switches, not doing anything.
Nice.
So
what's your next? All right, don't do what I did.
Yeah, that's very true.
Fucking Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Next in line, Dark Pictures Anthology. This isn't anything new because it's an anthology. It's the third of the trilogy.
Yes.
But it's called House of Ashes, and that's coming out October 22, same day as Battlefield. Very excited about this because
yes,
although the second one I don't think was received as well as the first one, but
I don't think so either.
It's a great co-op horror game.
You know what? Funny enough, you mentioned that because me and Emma were playing the new Sackboy game. Last weekend. Exceptional game. I feel like even if like you're an adult like what we are, or something like, or you know, I say adult, we're kids at heart. But if you have kids or something like that and you want to play video games with your kids, the new Sackboy game for PS5, absolutely incredible.
Yeah, right.
Also out on PS4. So if you have a PS4, so if you can't get a PS5, you can grab that. But I would recommend waiting for the PS5 because like it's got the cool controller functionality and all that sort of stuff.
Haptic feedback.
But yeah, I was showing Emma all of the PS Plus games that you can get for free for having the PS5, and the first Dark Pictures Anthology game
is it on there?
Is part of it. Yeah, and so I told Emma, I was like, we should play this one time because the first one isn't technically co-op, like it's a single player game, but obviously like Emma can just sit there next to me on the couch or something and you know, help make decisions with me and whatnot.
Yeah.
So we've downloaded that to play.
Oh, nice.
And I told her the second one was a co-op one, so we should play that at some time too if it comes on sale. So I'm super excited for this one because the first two that I've seen were just good fun to watch, you know? Like, it might not have been exceptional horror and it's just sort of jump scares, but they were just still fun to watch.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, Until Dawn is probably the closest comparison you can get to it, maybe. I actually don't remember how the games go for the Dark Pictures Anthology. I feel like Until Dawn is a similar thing. But it was received really well, Until Dawn. So, and there's like nothing like it. So it's nice to have this.
Yeah, we haven't had those sort of like choose your own adventure type games for a good while now, especially ones that are like, you know, sort of like this, where they're going pretty big budget, I guess, because the first one, like I had to tell Emma, we watched the trailer for it, I showed her the trailer, and I was like, that's Rami Malek, you know that? And she's like, no way. I was like, yeah, he's in the game. It's kind of, you know, kind of weird. So I didn't watch the trailer for this one, but did you see
I haven't seen the trailer for this one, but I saw glimpses of it, and I think they've got big monsters and stuff like that in this one, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
So, it'll be, I think this will be better than the previous.
Yeah.
I reckon.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll have to add it to the list then.
Yes.
Whilst I'm waiting for the day one patch for Battlefield 2042, I'll play
you
Dark
can play
Pictures
this.
Anthology. Yeah, because it's coming out the same day.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not super excited for this one. I'm not a big fan of like the Soulsy type games and things.
I'm surprised you... Have you tried?
yet. I have tried.
Which
Years
one?
ago, they gave out Dark Souls 1 for free on Xbox Games for Gold back on
really?
when I was playing Xbox and things like that. So I did give it a go. I got past like the first boss, like the super easy one. Second one, I cried on. No, I didn't. But yeah, I don't know. I never really enjoy these types of games. I feel like I've just haven't given it enough of a crack, and I really need to get back into them or something. But
I mean,
I don't know.
It's definitely not for everyone because it is torture. Like you're doing the same thing over and over again until you beat it. And obviously you learn with each run, but still it's like
that's the thing that I do really enjoy in games though, is the learning curve and like overcoming something, after a lot of attempts and things like that. That is one thing I do really enjoy about some of these harder video games. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's also the setting, because I've said before in the past, like Skyrim I couldn't get into, like all these sorts of medieval games.
You don't like
I've never really gotten into it and whatnot.
Maybe
it's
Elden
not been
Ring
my sort of vibe.
for you.
So, but yeah, I don't know. I'll check out when they release some more trailers and things like that. I will check out Elden Ring, I feel, but it's coming out the start of next year, so January 21st we're getting it. So it's still, not too far away, but it is around the corner.
Hopefully it's good. Yeah. That's all I'll say. But yeah, I totally understand it. So. I hate Dark Souls types games, but then once I beat the boss, I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing.
Exactly. It's like, it's just the adrenaline that you get when you finally defeat the boss after like the 34,000th try. It really is. Yeah. So I'll add it to my list with a little asterisk next to it.
Yeah, have a look.
Like, we'll test it out. We'll see how we go, sort of type thing. But yeah. No, I know you and Steven are both super excited for it, and a bunch of other people on the internet. I know I woke up the morning that they had the presentation. I think it was announced at the Xbox one, wasn't it?
No, it was Summer Games Fest. That's when it first got
that's
announced.
Right. Yeah, that's right. I know because that was the first day of like all the big E3 things right before E3. So the morning I woke up for that, I saw Twitter blowing up about it, like blowing up. It was
the only thing I saw on Twitter that day.
Same. Yeah. So I know a lot of people are excited for it, and pretty cool that's coming out, right at the start of next year. They're not going for any big holiday releases by the looks of it. They're just like, the game's coming out. Have fun with it. Are you a big Forza fan, Jenz?
I haven't played Forza. I played Need for Speed. I haven't played Forza.
Yeah, would recommend Forza, but I would only recommend the Horizon games.
Yes.
The Horizon games are the most fun. Yeah. Forza 4 was just a normal one, I think. Like just a normal racing
Horizon
game.
4.
Like the more, Forza Horizon, yeah. They're super fun games. They're the only sort of Forza games that I've ever played or really ever will play, because if I play a racing game, I'm more of a fan of the arcadey type races. I don't like the super serious like sim races and all that sort of stuff. But Forza Horizon games are always good fun because they have these like super vast open, worlds and things like that. You can just sort of send it through with these incredible cars. And Forza Horizon 5 is continuing that trend because it's going to be set in Mexico this year. I did see a couple of people were disappointed it wasn't Japan, but I feel like tight enclosed streets and things like that aren't that fun for Forza games.
It would be really cool, like a Need for Speed, like Tokyo Drift type.
It would be
thing,
I feel like now that they've seen that people really want something in that setting, that's what they're gonna aim for the next one. If they do a next one,
I'm sure they've done a Tokyo one, like
not Forza, no.
Right.
There is, I don't know what it is, but it's like this simulation game that I've seen on TikTok before. But there is one where these guys just send it through the streets of Japan.
Oh, really?
It sort of looks a bit scuffed. Like it's not the most amazing looking game, but it's more like a simulation type thing. So it is out there for people that are after it. But Forza Horizon 5 looks pretty cool. They've added a bunch of like new cars and new locations and things like that. It looks as beautiful as ever. It's going to be running on next gen hardware now, so it's going to look even better with all that ray tracing goodness that you can get. I might check it out. I might check it out on PC because I don't have an Xbox. It's not coming to PlayStation. Forza never comes to PlayStation. No. It's an Xbox exclusive. But yeah, I might give it a go. You know, if I can get my hands on maybe a 3080 by the time it comes out, which I doubt. But you know, because I'm still running
When
a
does
1080, and I feel
Forza
like a
come out?
1080's.
I didn't write
I'm
it
not
down.
too sure. It'll be this year sometime for sure. I feel.
Okay, yeah.
It'll be towards the end of the year. You know, holiday time. I'm feeling.
Yeah.
But
And I think it'll be on Game Pass because I know Forza Horizon 4
100%.
is on Game Pass.
Day one.
Yeah, okay.
Day one Game Pass.
Sweet.
It'll be out there. Yeah,
Game Pass, this has really emphasized how good it is. This
yeah, they
E3.
really put some effort into it and things like that, because there was big announcements for Game Pass this year, like just all the games that were coming out like day one to it. So like Starfield, which we'll get into a little bit later.
Yeah.
You know, all those huge games that are coming out on Xbox, basically you can play for $15 on day one. You know,
yeah, which is amazing.
So it's pretty good. And Battlefield will probably be a part of that as well, now that I mention it, because they also have the EA Play.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Game Pass. So you'll probably be able to play Battlefield as well day one as soon as it comes out. And it'll probably be like the premium edition with like all of the extra content if you have the EA Play Prime Plus positive thing, whatever they call it. So.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah. Battlefiel's also going to be crossplay, which is interesting. Just a little rewind.
Well, I think almost all like of these multiplayer shooter games these years are going to be crossplay. Having said that too, even Siege, now it's not on our list, but even Siege is implementing crossplay. Next year, it's coming out next year, but they're implementing it. Thankfully, we can turn it off.
Oh, can we? I thought PC players can't turn it off and console players can turn it off.
No. That's what Gat was complaining about. That's what Overwatch has done.
God.
Overwatch has implemented a stupid feature.
Sorry, no offense. No offense to console players. No offense.
No, yeah. But
it's just...
we don't want you. No. But yeah, Overwatch has implemented a stupid feature apparently where they're adding crossplay at some point, I think this year, between console and PCs and all the consoles and whatnot. You can turn it off on console. So if you're on console and you only want to verse console players, you can turn it off.
Right,
and
okay.
You're fine. If you're on PC, you have no choice but to play either with PC people or with console people, like in the same game.
Rude.
There's no way to turn it off. That is honestly the dumbest thing I think I've ever heard. It's like, whose idea was it to come up with that? Jeff, as soon as you left the Overwatch team and retired, it's gone to shit. Please come back. Like I don't know.
Well, that's good about Siege. That's all I care about.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I looked at first was you can turn it off, and I was like, okay, good, thank God,
for sure.
Well,
moving down the list, there is Redfall. Have you heard about this one?
Absolutely no idea.
Great. Like the trailer is really good. There was no like gameplay footage.
Just want to preference the next like 6 games.
Oh, okay, yeah, cool.
Absolutely in the blue.
Okay, cool.
Absolutely in the blue.
So I will try and fill you up, but it basically feels like Left 4 Dead vampires. That's and like the 4 characters, the protagonist all have like different abilities. Like there's like this robot puppy looking thing that shoots bullets like a turret. I don't know. The trailer's really, really good.
Okay.
But yeah, no gameplay footage, so no idea what it's gonna be
just like a cinematic.
Really? Yeah.
But
yeah, I'm excited for that.
I mean, it does say it's coming out summer next year, so that's like right at when is that? That'll be the middle of the year next year, June.
Is that
July,
our winter?
Sometime. Yeah, that's our winter. Yeah.
So that'll be interesting.
Sometime middle of the year. Yeah. Okay. I'm never. Is it like a horde? Did it look like a horde type game, like Left 4 Dead? You know, just like waves of.
There was only a couple of vampires that came up, so I don't know how often they're gonna come. So yeah, not sure, but the trailer was great.
Not the biggest fan of like horde and wave type games. So that's already on my list with an asterisk.
Pass. Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah.
I mean, maybe you definitely won't like Siege Extraction then.
God no. I'm sorry. Rainbow Six Ubisoft. I love Rainbow Six Siege. Probably one of my favorite shooters of all time, if not my favorite shooter of all time. But I don't think I will be picking up Rainbow Six Extraction. I don't know. It doesn't look like Rainbow Six to me. You know. I feel like
it
they're just
looks
using
like
the
Rainbow
name
Six, but it looks like Rainbow Six in a different game. Like,
yeah,
like why are you
what
here?
I feel like
kind of thing.
I feel like they're just using the name as a way to help, like, sell the game a bit. I guess.
Yeah. I don't know.
You know, it's sort of like there's a big branding behind the Rainbow Six name now because Siege is so big. But yeah, I don't know. I'd give it a go. I feel like if you tempted me into playing, I don't know, man. That's a steep price. Like
60 maybe USD too.
Mm,
Like
I feel like I could be tempted into giving it a go.
Yeah, like I did like the idea of it when I saw it, and then I saw the gameplay, and then I was like, okay, hang on a second. Not sure
It just
anymore.
looks so slow. I don't know.
Like Siege isn't the fastest shooter. Like you move slowly.
No,
you have to creep around. You're squatting the most of the time. And like it just felt, it didn't have any atmosphere at all. It was so bright. It was so like non-infecty looking feeling. No atmosphere.
I feel like if you're gonna do that sort of game where it's gonna be like horror-y aliens, zombies, you know, infected type things, make it dark and moody and like kind of spooky to walk through and things like that, you know, like it. Because like Jen said, I did watch a little bit of the gameplay that they showcased, and they had like floodlights on everywhere and fluorescent lights and things like that. It was just like
just have a torchlight and that's it. Like that'd be so much better.
I feel like that would be more fun. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe stuff will change. Although I think it's coming out this year.
It is. It's coming out this year. It's not too far away now. I think towards the end of the year, like Christmas, or like holiday time, coming out sometime around then. But yeah, I don't know. You have a couple of months to convince me, Ubisoft. We'll see. Saying. So,
I'm just gonna quickly go down. There is a game called Replaced. I think if it's the one I'm thinking about, it's like a family and like the whole world's kind of coming to an end. So like this invasion of aliens come down. And so they have to try and survive, I assume. But
that's kind of cool.
The trailer's great.
Does it look like
the art style's really cool?
Does it look like it's a story-based game, or is it?
I feel like it's a silent story, like no dialogue. It's more like you have to experience it through just doing it. You know, like feeling how they feel, type thing. So that looks kind of cool. That's in 2022. Okay. Then
no exact date.
No. Then Riders Republic, which is Ubisoft, on September 2nd this year. This looks really fun for those who. This is the like snowboarding squirrel.
I was gonna say okay. So I did see the same trailer. Yeah.
So it's multiplayer.
It's like a battle royale SSX sort of.
Yeah, like the X Games meets battle royale or something.
Yeah,
like extreme.
That's the vibe
sports.
I got. Yeah, because it looked like there was a bunch, but it looks like there was a bunch of different sports as well.
Yeah, there are different.
Snowboarding. I think I saw people like paragliding. I think I saw people like flying in these like little drone things. There was I don't know. I don't know.
There's a lot. Trailer, I think there might have been BMX as well. I can't remember, but
yeah. So all the extreme sports you can think of. Just battle royale. You know,
it looks fun.
That's
like
cool.
Like a cool idea of like a different twist, because I know like Steep and like there's some other snowboarding games that did pretty well, I think. So
I mean, Steep did okay.
Oh really?
But it was kind of a niche sort of area.
It is a niche.
I feel.
It is a niche because there's no shooting.
It was just there's nothing like there's nothing else to it other than snowboards, paragliding, skiing, and one other thing. I know there was 4 of them in the wheel because I did pick it up. I got it for free. Ubisoft were giving it out for free a little while ago, so I picked it up and I was like, hey, I'll give it a go. Didn't really fall into it that much. Didn't find it too fun. But it's kind of a niche in the fact that it's only snow sports. You know, and it's only a select few snow sports.
Yes.
So yeah, it is kind of cool what you can do in it though. I will give them that. Like the whole paragliding sort of thing where you're just like flying down a mountain. You can go through like these tiny crevices and rocks and things like that. It's kind of cool, but it was, I think it was too niche to sort of really catch on.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like this Riders Republic one is going to catch on a bit more in the sense that it's
there's a variety
it's targeting
of
towards a
stuff.
wider audience
Yeah.
in the sense that it's also multiplayer as well. So there's like that competitive challenge to it, which I feel like Steep was maybe missing.
True.
But yeah,
We'll see.
You know, yeah.
Then Stalker 2, Chernobyl, something.
Yes,
Have you
this
played
was a
Stalker?
pretty big one. I have not played Stalker 1,
Neither.
but I know it is a beloved sort of game.
When it came out.
When it came out. A good while ago now, though, wasn't it? Like when
a long time ago, I think.
This is why it came out. This is why it came out of the blue, this Stalker 2. Shadow of Chernobyl, initial release was 2007. Yeah. That's,
okay.
That's a good while ago now.
For video games, that's a long time ago.
It's rated 10 out of 10 on Steam.
Wow.
And apparently from Google users, 96% of them liked this video game. So just throw some statistics at you. Yeah, Stalker 2 will be a big one. Yeah. It's going to be a big one. A lot of people are going to be hanging on for this one.
I wonder...
I see a lot of people play it on Twitch, like the original one. They went back and played it and things like that.
Yeah.
They're sort of the same people that play Escape from Tarkov and DayZ and things like that. So like they're the hardcore survivalistic shooter type, survival games and things. So that's what piques my interest about these because I do
you like Tarkov.
Sort of enjoy.
You did enjoy Tarkov.
Yeah. It slaps you around like a bitch, but I really do enjoy it.
You like it.
So
tough.
Yeah. So I had Stalker 2 to my list. I'll give that a go.
Yeah.
I feel that's that'll be up there for me. It seems like it would fit in my
I reckon
sort of
you might
wheelhouse,
enjoy it. But yeah,
seems like it fits in there.
The shooting and all that looked exactly like Tarkov, and I know Tarkov came because of Stalker 1.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
So from that alone, I'm just like, I don't know if I could do that.
Yeah,
it comes to shooters, I quite like it arcadey, just so that I just don't worry about, how many bullets do I have? Is this the same bullet for this gun? Is this the right thing?
Yeah.
I just can't deal with that. But
that's the thing. It's like I love those games that I don't know how to explain it, but it sounds kind of stupid, but like when Minecraft first came out, I was like, that filled a void in the sense that there was no sort of like survival games that were like fun, I guess,
Right.
And I sort of always liked the idea of being stranded somewhere and having to make tough decisions of having to survive.
Yeah.
And things like that. And like even playing The Sims when I had a PlayStation 2. There was a Sims game called it was like Sims Islands or like, Sims Stranded or something like
really?
that. And instead of playing in like a cute little sim town somewhere like, in North Dakota or something like that, you were literally on an island, a deserted island, and you had to go around and you had to pick up banana leaves, you had to like pick up driftwood, you had to pick up like, all that sort of stuff to make your house and things like that. You didn't go out and get a job, you didn't go out and like, have a family or find a pet or anything like that. You survived like in a sim world. No, and that was like one of my favorite sim games because it was like
so cool.
The first sort of introduction to survival for me. Then like I said, when Minecraft came out, that took over, and I like dumped hundreds of hours into that goddamn game. And then Tarkov is sort of the same.
It's like the next level,
same sort of strain, where it's like you are thrown out into this world with like a shitty little shotgun that's got 17 bullets in your pocket. You have a little prison pocket that you can store things in, that'll save you from the thing, but everyone else is out to get you and get your supplies. And I was like, that is just so cool and so fun. And like it really makes you think. It really makes you like, every time you load into a raid in Tarkov, you are stressed to no end. It's I don't know. I just really like it. And
Tarkov's getting a new update, right?
So
like new map or something.
I think it's called Streets of Tarkov. They released a little trailer for it a couple of weeks back now. I haven't seen it, but I know it's been coming for a little while because they released a couple of teasers. last year again. But yeah, so quite excited for that. But Stalker 2, also excited for the same ideas.
Yeah.
Like, throwing you in the deep end, survivalistic type things, like, really makes you think. So it's on the list. It's definitely on the list for me. Yeah. Now Starfield, Jenz. The next big one.
Yeah,
we didn't get too much on this.
No,
we didn't
not
get
at
too
all.
much on it, other than like a little trailer, like, basically counting down and then giving us the release date of November 11th.
I really like the way
2022.
they did that.
It was super subtle. I was watching the
it was
thing
like the
go
launch.
down. Yeah, the little launch code thing, and I was
So
like,
good.
11/11/22 it did, and I was like, I sat there, I was like, what does that mean? And I was like, oh shit, that's a release date. That's cool.
I love that.
Yeah, but we didn't get any gameplay or anything like that, or any sort of like sense as to what you might be doing in it. But it looks cool.
From the creators of having, I can't remember what the other game is, but it's Fallout and something.
Well, it's Bethesda, so it's Fallout and Skyrim. They said.
Oh, yeah. So it's gonna be some sort of like open world Fallout type thing, but in space.
Yeah,
I guess.
Which is kind of cool.
It's cool because Space is always cool. So
space is always cool. So I really hope they do a similar sort of vibe to like No Man's Sky, where you're given a choice as to what planets and things you can go to, and it's sort of like ambiguous as to like the exact mission or the exact path that you have to take, I guess, because that was one thing that I really did enjoy about No Man's Sky, was that you just dumped onto a planet, you're given a ship, and it's like, see you later, bro.
Yeah.
Find the middle of the universe. Like, I don't care how you go about it, just find the middle. I was like, that's really cool. So I hope they have sort of a similar thing to that, where you just are dumped, and you're given like a generic sort of basic path as to how to go about things, but it sort of leaves it up to you, the player, to figure out the rest. So yeah, but Starfield is on the list with a little asterisk next to it, just because they haven't showed any gameplay yet. So I take off a couple of points for that.
Yeah, I mean, we still have a long way to go for it. It's end of next year, so
pretty much a year and a bit away. So yeah. We'll probably they'll probably do like an Xbox Play event sometime towards the end of the year, or like the start of next year, where they showcase a bit more of it now that Xbox is owns Bethesda. So they'll probably do something like that. But yeah. Now this one sort of came out of left field.
I'm so excited for this one.
So in the same strand of like mini games and things like that as the Mario Party games, WarioWare is a pretty big contender in that, and they are just always super weird and super wacky mini games. Like the Mario Party ones always have some sort of a sense to them, like it's you're fishing, or you're, like you've got to like fly swat the most things or something like that. The WarioWare mini games are like, how fast can you squeeze a tub of yogurt out?
How fast like pull can you a hair from a nose?
Exactly. They're super weird and wacky. And they're like really so fast paced. It just throws them at you like one to one, like it just back to back to back. So I can't wait for this. I think I will be picking this one up because it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun to play with friends.
Is it I know I've seen or local?
Yeah, it will be both. I think I remember them saying so. It'll be online and local multiplayer, but it'll be a lot better for local multiplayer. I feel like that's the sweet spot for this. Because I remember seeing Funhouse play this in one of their drunk gameplays, I think, where they did it where every time you finish one of the WarioWare challenges, you have to pass they did it on the Wii, the Wii WarioWare.
Yeah.
You have to pass it to the person that's next to you or something like that. And for those that haven't seen it or that haven't played a WarioWare game, the little like multiplayer games, little puzzles, they come to you one straight after the other. Like, it is so fast. And so it just looks like a bunch of fun having to like basically throw this Wii remote across the room to your friend to get them to try and finish the task within the set amount of time. So I'm very excited for this.
I'm so excited.
And then I'm just going to jump ahead and say it as well then, because I sort of mentioned a couple of times, but Super Mario Party Superstars is also coming out this year in October. So a month after WarioWare comes out, which is kind of crazy. But Super Mario Party Superstars is just going to be like a sort of collection of all of the best or the fan favorite Mario Party mini games, all the way back since like the N64 game. and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it looks like it's gonna be a bunch of fun. Me and Emma were watching it last night. We're like, we're picking that up for sure. Like, there's no doubt we'll pick it because we love Mario Party, the one we have on the Switch at the moment.
We
it's
just do a
great.
Mario
I do
Party
enjoy it.
online.
We do, now that they've updated it. We have to do that. Yeah, we should get a couple of friends and see if we can do it.
Will this come out with online straight away, or is it going to be a patch? Oh, sweet.
No, straight away. As soon as you get the game, it's going to have all the online features that the current Mario Party has, which is good. So cannot wait for that one. Yeah.
And I guess the last one on this list is Halo Infinite, which is is it mainly the multiplayer that's people excited about this, or is the? I
mean, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah. Okay.
People have been clamoring for Halo Infinite news since they delayed it last year, I think it was.
Right.
Or the year before even, I can't remember. But they've delayed Halo twice now, I feel, or maybe once, 1.5 times they delayed it. But this is the first time in a good while that we've gotten some solid Halo Infinite news. Campaign is going to be your traditional Halo campaign, you know, like Master Chief goes out to save the world, yada 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 yada. That's cool and all. But the multiplayer, they're going free to play. So the multiplayer is going to be like sort of a standalone type thing towards Halo Infinite. And it's going to be free to play, which is kind of cool because that's what's going to draw in, I feel like, the most players and things like that. You know, like I'll probably give it a go now that it's free to play because I'm not the biggest Halo fan, but free to play, you literally can't say no.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll give it a go. The kind of cool thing that I saw that they're doing with the multiplayer though is obviously it's 2020, 2021 now. They're implementing battle passes as everyone is.
Of course.
But their battle pass is never going to expire.
So a one-time,
which is cool.
Lifetime.
So they'll probably have multiple battle passes. Like, there'll probably be like a season 1, a season 2, a season 3, like however long they decide to support the game for, like what Call of Duty's been doing. But unlike Call of Duty, where it ends after 60 days or whatever they do, like 110 days, the Halo Infinite battle pass that you purchase, like for season 1, for example, will never expire.
Wow.
So you have as much time as you want. You don't have to feel pressured to play the game every day, all day to be able to rank up enough to get your money's worth out of the battle pass or anything like that. You can just play it sort of whenever you want, and you'll get sort of a constant drip feed of content, I guess. Which I think is really cool. That is super awesome. I feel like that's the way to go about it now.
I'm surprised they're doing that.
It might be initially a bit more expensive than your typical battle pass.
Probably.
I'm not too sure. They didn't release any price points or anything like that, but it's kind of cool. I dig it. Props to you, Microsoft and 343. Props to you. Congrats.
But I guess that kind of rounds out our highlights or the games that we are most looking forward to. We probably have missed a lot because we haven't seen everything.
No. So if there's anything that you guys were super excited about, do let us know in the comments below.
What are you most excited about?
Yeah, there was, like I said before, there was a ton of things. Like I was just reading a little write-up from IGN about all the games that were released or announced. And it was just too long to go through. There was so much.
Yeah.
There's so much, but... Hi guys, I just wanted to jump in real quick just to say in this next little part where we talk about Loki, you might notice on Jenz's side of the recording that there's a little bit of white noise. This is just because she had some cleaners over that were vacuuming just outside her room. It's not too horrible. I have tried to clean it up a little bit, but I hope you guys will just bear with us for a little bit and let Jenz, talk over the vacuuming a little bit. Thank you.
Shall we head on over to Marvel news?
Yes, it's been a while since we've had to do this, Jenz. It's been a little while.
You started off.
Episode 1. How did you feel?
Good. Still hard to judge from episode 1. Episode
1 was a bit of a weird one because it was kind of a slow start. Compared to what I was expecting, I guess maybe.
It was more about setting down the grounds of what it is, like what the TVA is and what you know, the laws of physics in this world is, kind of thing.
Yes. Yeah, it was a very much like a bottom layer of the cake type thing. They laid down like, you know, the foundation and all that sort of stuff. And I did it in a kind of a cool way. They gave you like this little recap of sort of Loki,
I love the
of who he...
Oh, sorry.
No, that's right. Yeah, they were giving this like recap of Loki and like who he is, or I guess was as a character throughout like the history of the MCU so far and all that sort of stuff, which is a kind of cool way to like catch you up on things because Loki has sort of been spread out throughout the MCU quite sporadically.
Yeah,
he has never been in just one place to get like a bunch of like, you know, of backstory on, I guess, or anything like that. He's sort of just been a bit of everywhere. So it's kind of a cool little wrap up to give people as to, you know, I guess, understand Loki a bit more as a character.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry, what were you going to say, Jenz?
I love the way they explained the TVA in that little, almost like
the little like cartoony
video.
advert type thing. Yeah. Very like, very 50s, 60s type vibe that I get from the TVA. Like all of their decor is very like 50s or 60s inspired, but it's also very modern at the same time. It is very Jetsons, yes. So yeah, I'm, you know, I really like the whole vibe that they set up in episode 1. We get sort of, you know, we understand what they're aiming towards. You know, there's this rogue Loki, or they call it a variant Loki, that's running throughout time and the universe. That's basically just destroying things
and
or causing havoc.
TVA.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know what
killing TVA agents and all that sort of stuff. I would just call them agents, I guess. Yeah. And yeah, he's basically just causing havoc as Loki does, you know. Well, yeah, I really enjoyed episode 1. I feel like it was a really good setting stone for the season. And then when we get into episode 2 in just a little bit, they really do take off from the stuff they set up in episode 1 quite well.
And we didn't get a wow.
Did you any? No, we didn't.
So I win.
I was waiting for it. You win, Jenz. Congratulations. Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, there was no wow, disappointingly enough. I am still adamant that there will be at least one throughout the entire season. We got 6 episodes to try and get one out, so I feel like we can. But who knows?
What a weird, like...
They might do something fun.
Yeah, you reckon?
I feel like it would be fun if they traveled like through time at some point, and they went back to one of Owen Wilson's like movies or something like that, or they saw him on TV.
Of that,
and you know, Loki be like, why does he look like you? Like, oh, must be me in a different universe or a different timeline.
Oh, it's like a different variant or something.
Yeah, a different variant of Owen Wilson's character. Mobius, they call him. I was like, that'd be fun, you know, if they did something like that. So, but yeah.
All right.
Who knows, you know?
Are you going to start off? I have not watched episode 2. So I am going to mute while Raammo...
All I'm going to do, Jenz, is just give them a little recap and like just my thoughts about it. So I will message you when I have finished talking and we can wrap the episode up. Yeah.
Okay.
Please mute. Okay, good. She's muted. So episode 2, I really enjoyed. It was much, much better than episode 1. I felt we really started to see all of we really started to see it unfold and things like that. And just, you know, it really kicked off at the end. We got a really big twist at the end that I was blown away by. But we get to see like our first little sort of travel back in time-ness, I guess, and then travel back to a Renaissance fair in Wisconsin in just 1985, so it's not too far back they go. But our variant Loki was also there, that's why they traveled to it. And, you know, the variant Loki killed a bunch of the TVA agents and stuff like that, you know, as variant Loki does. We then travel back to Pompeii, as we found, because Loki sort of discovers this theory that he has that the variant Loki is traveling back or forward to time to all these major, they call them variance events, I think it was. But they travel to these, or they travel to these times where giant, you know, history-breaking events or like destructive events are happening. So like, you know, giant tornadoes, tsunamis, you know, bombs going off, stuff like that. And the variant Loki is hiding in these locations because our Loki sort of discovers that even if you go to these events to change or change anything in these sort of time periods, it's not going to change the flow of time because these destructive events are still going to happen. You know, you can't prevent a tsunami. So that's what they decide to do. And he travels back to Pompeii and sort of screws some things up, and they discover that no variance actually happens. Pompeii's still going to happen. Everyone's still going to die, and and get caught in the explosion and stuff like that. So they figure that out, and that's when they decide to travel. They find another like sort of blip, I guess, on the timeline, and they travel to the future. I think it was like in 2050 something. But they travel to the future to a big department store called Roxcart, where they discover the variant Loki has taken over the minds of like a couple of the patrons in the store as they're hiding from this giant tornado and storm that's coming to like engulf them. They were all going to die anyways, so that's why the variant Loki traveled there. And then we get the giant reveal at the end that the variant Loki isn't actually the Loki that we know. It's instead Lady Loki, which I was super excited about. And this also sort of comes off the back of the news that we found, like they announced last week, or I guess the week before, I think it was, that the Loki in the MCU was gender fluid in a way, which he also is in the comics, so it's not that big of a surprise to people that understood or knew the comics history of Loki, but this sort of, I guess, ties into that little announcement that they made. So we got introduction of Lady Loki. She then sets off this giant time bomb, which causes the timeline to shard off into these like multiple different timelines, I guess, which causes the TVA to just go into this big panic. And this is the kicking off point for the Multiverse of Madness, I feel. I feel like there is no way that the TVA is going to be able to save all these different, shards of timelines and things like that, as they have in the past with a couple of the other variant activities they've encountered. This is going to cause some havoc, and I feel like Marvel's going to use this as a saving grace to, I guess it's like a what do you call it, like a storyline net, I guess, where it can be used to save them a little bit if they fuck up, or if they like sort of make a bad decision and they want to bring a character back, they can say, oh, that was right, that was just in a sharded timeline, so I feel like they're going to leave this. And then right at the end, Loki runs off after Lady Loki into the portal, so we don't know where they've gone. But that's where it ends. So I'm super excited for episode 3. I have no idea what's going to happen, which is one of the things that I love most about this show, is that you don't know what's going to happen. It's very, like, you discover things in a really fun and cool way and stuff like that. So I can't wait, but I'm also really excited. Before I invite Jenz back, I feel like we're going to see more versions of Loki throughout the show. So I think I saw online that there might be, or people want to see like a kid Loki or like King Loki or something like that. I feel like that would be cool. I hope we get to see some of those, but I'm going to invite Jenz back now. Welcome.
Hello. Hi.
Welcome. We just had a lovely discussion about episode 2.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Yeah. So I hope after this you go and watch it.
I will.
I can get your your thoughts on it next week for a little bit, for like 5 minutes or something,
Oh yeah. Sure.
But yeah, I think that's it for this week's episode, Jenz. Was there anything you wanted to add before we sign off for the week?
No. Except thank you again, as always, for listening or watching.
Yes.
You know what to do.
Yes,
Hit
that's
that
pretty much it.
like, subscribe, and that bell.
All that fun stuff. All that fun stuff, But yeah, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed E3 this year, and I hope you guys have been catching up on Loki.
Yes.
And I guess that's it. Yeah, we'll see you guys all next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.